there. Today we are going to be using our hair actually to help to release tension around the head, neck, and face. So first of all, if you've got anything in your hair, any elastics or clips or anything, get rid of those. If you don't have hair that's long enough to grab onto, then you can still do this exercise even if you have no hair at all. So anywhere that I cue you to pull on the hair, if you don't have hair or your hair is too short to grab, you'll just use this part of your hand and you'll put it flat on the area that I'm talking about, and you'll do the same thing but with a flat hand instead. So we're going to be working the sutures of the skull, because they're an area where we tend to accumulate some tension. So we can access those sutures through the skin or through the hair, and it really is a nice way to relieve tension, especially if your sinuses are a little bit clogged. So I'm just going to show you with the skull, just so you have an idea of what we're trying to affect. I'm just clipping it together to make sure it doesn't fall off. Okay, so I've got it in the same orientation as me. If you look at the top, you see that suture down the middle here, okay? And then you see these ones coming across. And then here, right around the temples, there's several sutures that join together. Now if I turn it around the back, I don't think you guys can see this great. That suture that goes along the top of the head comes all the way down the back and then makes like a V. And then behind the ear, we have another area that is rich for tension. So set yourself up however you're comfortable, seated or standing. You can use one hand. You're gonna go right to the roots of the hair, and you're looking for the very center of your scalp, okay? And you're gonna grab onto the hair as close to the roots as you can. Again, if you don't have long enough hair, or if you don't have hair at all, you're just going to put the flat part of your hand on that same area. So you have two options for all of these. Either you're going to lift the hair slightly away from the scalp, so now you've put the scalp on stretch, and then with your hand itself, you gently move the hair forward and back a couple of times, right and left a couple of times, and circles either direction a couple of times. Or you keep the hand in the one position, maintaining that little bit of stretch, and you do the movements with your head instead. So you would nod your head forward and back a couple of times, tilt it side to side a couple of times, turn it side to side a couple of times, and circles. So both options are achieving the same thing. One, you're moving more from the hand, one, you're moving more from the head. Explore with both and see which works better for you. And then you're gonna work your way back. So we're going along that center line, that suture that divides the skull into right and left. Go at your own rhythm, don't follow me. You spend as much time as you want on any one place. You'll notice that I'm closing my eyes. I've chosen to move my head today, and that's not always my choice. Sometimes I prefer moving the hand. I'm just going with what my body seems to be responding to more today. And it's just always nice to give the eyes a break. The eyes are very connected to the muscles at the base of the skull, at the top of the neck. And we're all spending more time than usual on devices, on computers. Keep working your way back. And so giving the eyes a break whenever you can is always a good idea. And for most of these practices that I'm guiding you through, it's rare that you're going to need to watch me. For most of them, I will cue you through everything with my voice. So try to get in the habit of not looking at the screen too much when you're doing these practices with me. And you're going to keep working your way back. So you're going along the very center of that line that divides your head, your skull, into right and left pieces. And you're going all the way down, doing side to side, front, back, little circles, either from the head or from the hands. And if you want, switch up the hands every now and then so that one shoulder is not getting too tired or one side of the neck is not doing more than it needs to. And if you're someone whose sinuses are a little bit blocked, you might already have noticed that you've got more freedom, that you're able to get more breath in through the nose. It's really a fabulous thing to do when you have clogged sinuses, congested sinuses. It's also nice when you have headaches or just general tension. Okay, so if you're not finished that strip down the middle, it's like a skunk basically. Take your time, press pause, and join me when you're ready. So now we're gonna go to that area at the temples where there's actually a few bones that kind of join together. So we'll do the two sides at the same time. So I'm gonna grab at the temples. Again, I'm doing a little bit of a stretch, like I'm trying to pull the hair away from the scalp. You're gonna feel that stretch, and then up to you, you move the head or the hands. And it's the same thing either way. It's two ways of getting at the same results, okay? So I'm gonna close my eyes. I'm choosing to go with my head today. So I'm doing little nods, yes, and forward and back as though I'm saying yes. Little shakes side to side like I'm saying no. I'm gonna do little tilts, ear to shoulder, side to side. And then I'm gonna do little circles. 3 or 4 in one direction, 3 or 4 in the other, and the whole time I'm maintaining that stretch, pulling the hair slightly away so that we're getting that stretch on the scalp. Pause in the middle, gently let go. And then the last place we're gonna do is just behind the ears. So where the hair sort of comes to the hairline at that bump that is behind the ears. So again, I'm pulling the hair a little bit towards the side to get that sensation of stretch. I'm gonna go with eyes closed, and again, nodding the head forward and back, or your head stays still and you do the action with your hands. There's really not one way that's better than the other. You just go with how you feel. The more and more you work your way through this program, the more you want to use everything that I say as simply a suggestion, and then explore with your body, make it your own, and adapt it in the way that feels right for you on any given day. And gently let it go. Take a moment to just check in, notice how you feel. So for myself, I feel so much circulation happening in and around the head and face, and the neck as well. And hopefully that is the same for you. You can use that one as often as you like. Have a great rest of your day.